We alive.
Yeah, we're live. You about to say something? You wanted to say something?
I thought you were going to set me up. We are going to start the conversation, though, but I'll do it anyway. Sami Zayn wins the U.S. title. Eric questions it. With rubbing his chin. In deep dog, just continue to rubble that stubble that isn't a beard. That broken goatee.
No, but why is he holding it like he's holding like he's holding his head like you would hold like a goblet, and then you swirl that wine around like
You know,
or how you does it. It looks like an olive in a martini glass at this point with glasses.
It's been 20 years, and you know what? It's been a long time since I did this. Fuck you both. I mean, really. From the bottom of my heart, in the narrow regions of the hateful soul that I possessed for the years when I was the hater and not being the immovable. I don't even know what the nickname I came up with a couple of weeks ago. Fuck you both. Because if anything, I'm looking at Sammy's beard and wondering why I can't grow my beard like his beard. And that's what I want to know. That's what I want to know.
Oh, your hand also looks like a claw.
I think it looks like crab hands. Like you got like these little crabs.
It's because I'm fat again right now. People, I'm fat.
That's the hand you use when you use those claw machines to try and get.
Yeah. His hand looks like AI generated photos where it's just like, oh, it's only 2 fingers. Why?
You know what? Fuck you both. Welcome everybody to the Sharpshooters Wrestling Podcast.
That's
I am Eric, and I do not have claw hands.
That's where I recognize Eric hand from Will Smith's latest AI generated concert.
No, he looks like someone cupping a ball. It looks like a testicle, and you cup your ball to try and see if you got prostate cancer. You got cancer in the balls. That's what it looks like.
Kane, I never stopped said I'm being a hater, but still, it's the principle of the situation. You know, come on.
It looked like, and this may be obscene, like Eric about to eat some fat ass pussy. He's like, hey, baby.
Wow!
Hey, baby, it's just why. It's just why.
Once again, Marcus cannot help demonetizing us with his words and stuff.
You act like we were ever monetized.
Yeah, we ain't never coming back from the deep, man. We very deep.
You might as well be Becky Lynch bringing up the deceased Ozzy Osbourne in a promo for no reason.
She brought him up. She's the only good thing to come out of Birmingham. And they've been holding the hell Ireland for 800 years. Which is the greatest promo of the year. I felt slavery in that voice.
Well, if you may not know, I'm joined by Manny and Marcus, because from the Untitled Manny and Marcus show.
We've just lost.
Yeah, we just guess.
Yeah, you guys just
like
guess now. You guys just guess.
Company? You can't do it like that. You bring out the good plates.
No, I brought up the China. Well,
you know, ass on the plastic on your couch.
I figured you didn't want to do any introductions, considering that you guys were having so much fun talking about somebody's claw head and Marcus talking about I'm eating fat pussy or something like that. I don't know what's going on.
What?
Exactly.
I did not say it like that.
You didn't even hear what Shantae said. What? Shantae in the back hollering. Just what the hell?
You know what, Eric? You need to keep our conversations between me, you, and Manny, and not involve your wife in this one. It's obscene. It's obscene. How dare you?
Yeah, welcome to Eric and Friends, the title Eric and Friends episode.
No, it's now Eric and the Sharpshooters at this point.
Or
Eric is the only one with a microphone. We in the silhouettes dancing in the background.
Or Eric and the Untitled Manny and Marcus show.
Yeah, this is the Dave Matthews Band all over again. I was in that band.
Or we can rebrand it to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show featuring Eric as Eric.
Yeah, but you're the host. You're the host.
Well, you know what? When Sublime replaced their singer with Rome, I mean, he was the lead singer, I guess, but I'm assuming that's over. I don't even know if that's going on. Or Linkin Park's replacement. I don't know what's going on with these replacement bands. They never work out.
You know, we have some good news in the world, in the wrestling world. Cody and Brandy gave birth to another child. They welcome to the world Leilani, Ella Runnels.
Leilani?
They are in love. My only disappointment in this one is that they really missed the opportunity. I don't understand why they were staying with the L's, but this baby should have been named Justice, so we can have liberty and justice for all.
He's saving it to when he has a boy.
but I was very upset that they went with Leilani, but I'm so happy, and I guess now we know why Cody was
L&L barbecue.
Why Cody was kicked through that table, and he won a championship, and he hasn't been seen since because he got his wife pregnant again. Congratulations to that couple.
And I'm giving them a strike.
Wow.
Yes. I'm giving them a strike. And by them, I mean the WWE and Michael Cole and everything. You can't tell me, oh my God, we have not heard from Cody Rhodes since the incident. And then in the next breath, show me that he's having a baby, meaning he's happy somewhere. He ain't dead. No, don't give me that Drew McIntyre killed him. He's having a baby. He's out there having a baby. The man's being a good father. What do you want?
Marcus, all you were shown was a hand holding a baby's hand. You don't know if Cody's wearing a neck brace to see.
You trying to tell me the first thing that baby saw was the Elephant Man? That's what you trying to tell me. And Cody was just looking like the Elephant Man. That's why he was picturing the baby.
How did you know we weren't there? We weren't there.
That baby coming in like, what the fuck is going on?
I don't even know what Kane is referring to. Why not have a daughter Ignolite and a son named Fraternite, since WWE's in France? I'm assuming that's a French reference. JK says, good morning, evening. Thank you, Cody, for curing racism again. Man, you finally won, Manny. And Arch Manny don't look like that guy. I was looking forward to watching that game, but he might not be that guy.
What happened with Arch?
He's playing right now, Marcus. It's number 1 Texas.
Oh, it's going on right now.
Yeah, number 1 Texas against number 3 Ohio State inside of the shoe in Ohio.
Shout out to Arch, who I believe the Dallas Cowboys are taking their season to try to get. That's the only reason we got Michael Parsons. That's the only reason.
No, the only reason why.
For him, who first?
We gave away Clark and just nothing. We gave nothing, Manny. Nothing.
I thought you gave 2 firsts. I didn't know what year.
But those first round picks don't mean nothing if you are the champion.
But Marcus,
which I predict right now.
F you. I mean, I hope he is not as great as he once was with the Cowboys. Jerry needs to be fired. I mean, you don't give away talent like that. I don't know what's
how
going on.
How could he be fired from a team he owns?
Exactly. This is how you know when
he has to die. That's it.
Yeah, this is how you know that evil reigns supreme. Like, it's like people know this was a bad deal.
Death is gonna have to come in with his Cowboy jersey on and be like, "Come on, Jerry. Come on, Jerry."
But anyway, I
gotta touch it, Jerry.
I'm trying to continue the theme of good things that happen in the world. Unfortunately, I guess the Death Before Dishonor pay-per-view took place, and they had a lot of troubles with the stream where it did not work. Tony decided to make things right due to issues of the service provider, Bright Cove. He blamed them, of course, because you got to point the finger. He decided to put the entire Death Before Dishonor pay-per-view on Ring of Honor's YouTube channel for free. So if you want to go and watch that show, it's available for you to watch. Some people, I know Maurice said he really enjoyed a lot of matches on that card. I have too much wrestling to watch, and I barely watch what I watch now. But it's available to you if you decide you want to watch Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor.
Heavily impacted by all the injuries on it from the AEW roster.
Yeah, but it's also, it was. My thing is this. I could talk about the injuries. I could talk about them uploaded on YouTube. But do we all feel like that's the right decision anyway? Stop charging people for Ring of Honor. I think that should be the case. Just air that shit on YouTube. I think you would get more views. I think you would get more revenue. I think it would create more buzz. I think it would be a good second brand of AEW if you just air their shit on YouTube the way WWE airs AAA. I'm just saying that would be the best business model.
Yeah, but there's a difference with that. AEW, not AEW, AAA is more well known. So the fact that they're putting that on YouTube is more global. You watch Ring of Honor, there's only a finite amount of people that are gonna go to YouTube to watch Ring of Honor.
When I was tuning in to watch the main event, and yes, this may seem like a low number to you but it wasn't advertised. I had 25 to 30,000 people watching along with me at the time.
Yeah, and then now tell me that number of AAA.
Yeah, that is different because that was advertised. This is unadvertised. I wasn't expecting this. I was just getting ready for work, and I put like background stuff, and I was like, "Death Before Dishonor, for real?" I thought it wasn't even the highlights, and I started watching the match. I was late for work.
Well, let me ask you guys this question, and because I'm curious, because I really don't understand. What is the role of Ring of Honor to AEW? Is it's NXT? Is it just a place where Tony, all the people that he signed so they couldn't go other places that he put there for shows? I don't know what the whole intention for Ring of Honor is. Manny, do you know the intention of Ring of Honor?
Ring of Honor, I feel like it's just replacing what they lost with Rampage, and just a place where some of the people that are not ready for AEW to be on AEW go there to get more experience. But then it's also, covered up with the fact that Tony has way too many people and he can't afford to give time to all these people, so they have to do something. So they're all over in.
I agree with you on the latter. That it's just Tony has all these people and he don't know what to do with it. It's not developmental at all because, why would Rush, Athena, Sammy Guevara, Hintacero, Bandito, all these people who are on the Dynamite that showed up on Dynamite on a inconsistent basis because no one's actually that consistent on that show. I just feel like this is not a developmental brand. This is not. It's just a side. It's more of a. It seems like a hobby, to be honest.
I think the only person that I seem to think that benefited from being in Ring of Honor is Billy Starks, because she wasn't really well known really until she went to Ring of Honor. AEW signed her and everything, and now she appears occasionally with Athena on Dynamite. So I think that she's the only one that wasn't well known already.
I mean, that's interesting, Marcus. But now in the chat room, I'm looking. Levi's pushing back to the statement that you said earlier, where you said that AAA was more well known.
You said this.
I did not say anything.
Manny said this.
He said, "Is AAA more well known than Ring of Honor? Ring of Honor sold out the Garden. AAA was a thing 30 years ago. I mean, I think it's hard.
ROH was a thing 20 years ago.
But I think that sometimes the narcissism that Americans have, thinking like selling out the Garden is a big thing. I think AAA has been a big thing, and they've been selling out the Mexico City arena for just as long as the Garden's been sold out. So it's like, it's apples and oranges in this situation. Don't put your big fat head in front of me to stop me. Don't put your big fat head up to stop me.
Big chubby hand on there.
You get the claw.
No, goddamn it, the claw. Let me tell you.
You get the ditty. You get the ditty.
Please leave my balls alone. Please leave my balls alone. Ditty, not again. What do you want me to call you? Stop. Anyway, Ring of Honor sold out the Garden, but it wasn't by itself. Like when you say Ring of Honor sold out the Garden, it didn't sell out the Garden by itself. It sold up on the back of New Japan Pro Wrestling in its hottest period, which was basically the inspiration of AEW.
Well, then you've just broken that argument right there.
No, I'm talking about that. Yeah. I try to work in fact base.
No, you don't.
And not opinions and speculation.
It's not often I get this, but Kane says I made a good point. I'm okay with that. I'll take that, Kane.
I'm going to also argue with Manny point. Ring of Honor, I'm not going to say 20 years ago, because that's a long fucking time ago. What? I would say at least 10, Manny. It's been at least 10 years of relevancy, because they didn't really go out of business until like 2018 or 2019.
No, Ring of Honor was at its peak when it had Punk, Bryan, and everyone. Then
but that was they had smaller audience then. The Punk Bryan Danielson audience was smaller than
why did people pay attention to that?
Young Bucks and the when they were bringing New Japan over and all that stuff, and the rise of Jay Lethal and Jay Briscoe. I feel like that Ring of Honor was at its peak of popularity around 2015 through probably 2019.
But I do feel that the Ring of Honor fans from that yesteryear are still the fans of AEW. So I think it's a perfect marriage for the people who watch AEW do watch Ring of Honor. My only issue is that I don't really see any benefit of what take place in Ring of Honor transitioning to the television of AEW, except for the fact that we see random people show up on Dynamite or Collision, if you watch Collision, which I don't, with a Ring of Honor title, like showing that they're a championship. Once again, just showing that we have all these belts. These belts mean something. Like Rush and Sammy Guevara winning the Ring of Honor tag team titles. I wonder, what does that do? Because Sammy Guevara was a tag team champion with Dustin Reynolds. So it's just, it's like we're just doing stuff over and over again. And I don't know if these people are getting better. Like in NXT, we have people who are stuck in NXT forever, and you wonder if they're going to ever be called up. And if they are called up, will they be successful on the main roster? So many people have not been successful.
The problem when you mention titles is I have a problem with Athena. Yes, she's your forever champion of like 1,000 days, but that means she's been there for nearly 3 years, and you haven't done anything with her long term on the main roster on Dynamite.
Yeah. Well, I believe she only loses on the main roster, right? I don't even know if she won a match on the main roster.
But
like, I think it did hurt her credibility of her reign when she's lost on Dynamite, when she lose on Dynamite and at pay-per-views. to the quote unquote real champions of the company.
I mean, honestly, I don't even know who she's competing with against in Ring of Honor, to be completely honest. I don't know who her adversaries are and stuff like that. It's like the women division is very
and they're planning to add a women's pure title too, which is apparently supposed to be won by Queen Aminata.
All right, so
shout out to Queen Aminata then. But to be honest, Ring of Honor died. Ring of Honor died to me when right before Tony Khan bought it, and
Tony Khan. I don't know what part are you watching?
Anyway, what did I say? Tony Khan?
You said I thought you said Tony Khan.
Oh, that's someone else.
I don't know what's going on with you. Anyway,
that's my fan fiction wrestling site.
Kane says he wouldn't compare Ring of Honor with NXT or Evolve, but with Main Zeventure. I don't know, which they also stream on YouTube weekly. I don't know what that is.
Main Event.
Oh, Main Event. Oh,
yeah. I wouldn't even call it Main Event. I believe the perfect example of this is AAA. To be honest, it's a side product. I just think it's a hobby for Tony Khan. Like, I'll just have fun. Book Ring of Honor. I love Ring of Honor growing up, but Ring of Honor to me personally died when Tony Khan bought it, and a little bit before then when it seemed like Tony Khan was poaching all their talent.
So one of my favorite stories that came out this week is WWE related, where, you know, WWE is always notorious for going out there trying to protect their trademarks and whatnot. Well, WWE fucked up. They fucked up bad. They created a fire-ass t-shirt, the Tribal Thief, and they had the Jordans on the things on the shirt, and I was honestly ready to order that shirt because I thought it was cool. Nike said, No, not today, devil. That is our likeness, and you do not have the right. If you want to use those shoes and that, you have to pay us.
Do it with Nike.
Huh?
Do it with Nike.
So you know what they did? No, they did. They redid the shirt, and they took the shoes off, and the shirt don't hit the same. It does not hit the same. Shout out to Nike for saying, nah, bitch, that's our shoes.
Hold on. What is Nike has against doing business?
Why are you saying it like I said it?
Well,
because I knew you were reacting to me saying it like that.
Well,
let me tell you something about it. Let me shit on Nike for a minute.
Oh, you gonna shit on Nike with their corrupt self?
Yeah. Aren't they just do it? Aren't they just do it? How dare you get mad at me for just doing it? Okay? Fuck you, Nike. Just say it.
Marcus, you have to protect your trademark at all costs. And you know,
I understand that. I'm just poking and joking there.
Betty, let me just point out to you right now, and I'll tell you this right now. If I'm WWE, I'm not paying that Nike tax for Bronson Reed. He ain't there. He ain't there for me. That's a lot of money to pay for Bronson Reed. Just not doing it. And, you know, they also losing money with T-shirts, and TKO trying to get out of debt. So they can't pay those fees right now. They can't.
TKO just signed a WWE deal where they're going to do a partnership with French team PSG, Paris Saint-Germain. So they'll be they're sponsored by Nike PSG. So I'm assuming we're going to see some WWE merch with Nike logos.
I'm still shocked that we have had very few shoe deals for professional wrestlers. Like the fact that you would think there would be more. Like
I feel like it's three big ones.
Like it's like the thing about it's like we had Reeboks briefly. Then I think the New Day.
Come on, man.
Nobody wants no Reeboks. Then the New Day, was it K-Swiss or who was it?
No, they had Puma.
Pumas?
New Day had Pumas.
And then Adidas is not getting involved in this. They're like, you know, we have all the soccer players. We don't care about you guys and track stars.
Let me ask something, though.
Well, actually, I think Becky secretly has an Adidas deal.
Because she's always coming out in Adidas attire?
Yeah.
She may have lost after the Ozzy Osbourne attack. Jumped up some controversy that little for 800 years they've been holding her back. Anyway, I'm gonna put her up there with Malcolm X and Martin Luther King with speeches like that because that was a powerful speech. I don't care what anybody says. I don't even know the context.
Kane,
I would like to give a strike.
I will go into the main chat if you tell Levi go fuck yourself. How dare he make a comment on no one cares about Europe?
Wow. Wow.
That's his war brews in the chat. And Eric, this is not a part of your agenda, but last night, at work, and then TV comes on as always.
Saw Tony come? Sorry, couldn't help myself.
No, I did not see Tony come. Not this time.
He records
But
this.
I will.
Puts on his only thoughts. But you can subscribe today for $7.99.
My only thoughts.
He's just babbling in a media scrub, and then Tony comes. No, anyway, the media comes. ESPN needs to stop. I know they have WrestlePalooza coming up. I know they have this deal with WWE, but don't you dare. And I mean, don't you dare start putting wrestling highlights, SmackDown highlights on SportsCenter. It was ridiculous. It looked like to me. I saw it with the sound off, but to me, watching Sami Zayn and them talk about Sami Zayn winning the U.S. title made me sick, and I don't know why. I don't know what they were saying. It just made me sick, and I was like, "You're not replacing all the media you lost. You're not replacing the NBA and some of the NFL and all that stuff you guys lost with pro wrestling." I just feel stupid on ESPN's part.
So Kane followed Manny's direction of starting the insurrection in the chat.
You
He says, by order of Manny, F you, Levi. As a European myself, I can say there's people that care. Marcus, I think that everybody is ruining their credibility now for money, for the mighty dollar. ESPN, I haven't watched SportsCenter in a long time, but I would agree with you, Marcus. I do not think that wrestling stuff belongs on SportsCenters with real sports, but that could just be me.
Top play should not be a haluva kick.
Do I feel that Seth Rollins should be on an NFL show giving his insight? No, not really. I don't know.
But you know what? I would like to give him a strike. He's a loser.
Hold up, Marcus. You've talked. Manny, go ahead and make your point.
He actually has surprisingly good insight. Not the best, because it is still coming from a fan perspective, but he has actually had reasonably good insight for a fan.
No, he doesn't.
Marcus would say
he lost all credibility with one comment. Because I'll tell you this. I have an enemy, and if I had to tag team in a match for my enemy, my sore enemy for the Packers or any of my sports teams, all 900 of them, I would team with my enemy as a hypocrite. He said he would not team with CM Punk to watch the Bears get a Super Bowl. That man loves the misery of losing.
I like how this is a natural transition to criticism, because we're talking about criticism of people. Booker T,
one sec.
Manny has paused me with his hand.
Levi said the Netherlands sucked ever since Jean-Claude Van Damme moved to the US. Marcus, I believe you need to jump on this now, because Dennis Bergkamp is one of the greatest things to come out of the Netherlands. Pounce.
Don't dare put me on the spot. But I like Jean-Claude Van Damme leaving to come to the US, Manny. I like Tom Cobb.
You also like Dennis Bergkamp.
Well,
no, Manny, I do not like Dennis Bergkamp. For the record, I want people to stop it. Stop it. I do not like Dennis Bergkamp. Stop. Don't interrupt. This is important, Eric. I need to clarify this for the world. I do not like
American. Levi the stupid American.
That's it. You're muted too. I need to clarify this. I do not like Dennis Bergkamp. I love, honor, and respect Dennis Bergkamp.
You mean me for that?
Yes.
J.K. Swish says, real sports and wrestling shouldn't be mixing. This is like whiskey and tomato juice. JLG says, Disney must be stopped.
Yeah.
Kane also points out that Jean-Claude Van Damme is Belgian. And JK says, don't disrespect Robin Van Persie like that.
Jesus.
Apparently,
don't you disrespect Edgar Davids like that.
I just want to point out, I had a very good transition.
Fuck Davids.
Why? He was the only one to play football with goggles on.
Yeah, and you know why I'm saying fuck Davids? Because Ryan would watch soccer and he would just say, fuck Davids, man. Fuck him. And that's the only thing I know about Davids. I know he's black, he wore goggles, and Ryan said, fuck him. He's shit. Anyway.
So I had a segue, but it doesn't matter. It was about criticism. It was about Booker T and his criticism of AEW. And I guess some stuff came to light where in the interview. However, before I talk about his criticism, can someone explain to me the gummy bear spot from a Young Bucks match that took place at Forbidden Door?
Do you know, like when you have a bag of thumbtacks?
Yeah.
And you empty the bag. Like you've seen this on NXT too, sometimes when they open the bag and it's Legos or some shit like that.
Yeah.
They open the bag and they're being fucked with continuously because they're the Young Bucks and they're being buried. They did that, and then there was gummy bears.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so how everything isn't working for them. Even their weapons that they have set up under the ring isn't working for them. So they had gummy bears in the ring, and then they proceeded to do spots in the ring with gummy bears.
Okay, so Booker T said this. I said it before. AEW is trying to change the way people look at professional wrestling. No, I didn't watch it. That's right there is perhaps one of the reasons I would not watch an AEW show. I can honestly sit here and tell you that I've never watched an AEW show. I've watched bits and pieces. A lot of that has been on the internet. I've never sat and watched a show because of stuff like that. He goes on to say, I recently went to go see Hamilton, and it almost brought me to tears. And that's what art can do. Booker T said, AEW? Nah, that ain't it for me. I will never feel that way walking away from an AEW show. Never in a million years. So I'm curious.
Oh, go ahead. Because I'm going to ask about Hamilton.
Like, this man contradicts himself, as Booker T does, but he had my favorite line on NXT is when he was threatening to whoop Vic's ass, when he did the comparison of his title reign compared to. So he was like, "You want me to kick your ass, don't you?" or something like that. It made me laugh. But Booker T has said in the same statement he has never watched AEW, but has watched clips of AEW. Then he also says that he will never watch AEW, but then he compares Hamilton to art. My question, can you fully evaluate AEW if you only watch bits and pieces and not watch the whole thing that they present to you? Manny, unfortunately, Marcus had his hand up first.
I
want to preference up with something Marcus said on Thursday before he says what he says.
Okay.
But going on with everything going on in AEW at this moment in time with your forks and your and you're threatening to burn people. How are you supposed to tell people how to watch this shit?
Or watching
yeah.
That's the exact quote that Marcus said, I think, on Thursday. But go ahead, Marcus.
It's close. That's what I was about to say. I was about to say Booker T is criticized for that spot where people are getting burned with gasoline. I understand you criticizing that spot. I understand criticizing grinding Darby with a fork and in his ear, which was disgusting, or multiple other attempted murders on this show. Booker T is going with that. But the gummy bear spot was a very small spot in a match that had a lot of extreme over-the-top moments. So if this is his criticism, I dare him to watch NXT, and where he called a Wendy Chu match where she had went through a bed for a match, and they put people through. I forget one of her. It wasn't Legos. It was something else that was stupid that came out of her bag. I can't remember what it was, but he called these matches. He can't say that this product is bad when NXT has done similar things.
All right, so JLG asked this question. He says, will TNA surpass AEW in 5 years? True or false? I'm going to go with false. What about you, Manny?
False. I think I don't. Unless the TNA get a decent TV deal, I don't see it happening. Even with the WWE machine behind it, WWE will get tired because they are doing too much already. They are producing way too much out there, and the fact that they're trying to help TNA, this is only going to be like there's just way too much, and then WWE and whoever's affiliated with them are going to run into this thing of oversaturation, and then everyone's interest just dipping again.
The novelty got to wear off eventually. With WWE guys show up at TNA, the novelty's got to wear off. And my main thing about them overtaking AEW is it seems impossible. TNA will always have TNA stake on it. It's never going to be what it could have been back when they were in its quote unquote prime. It is done. It's not going to all of a sudden rescind to its location. And the fact that I heard a rumor that WWE may even consider putting TNA on Wednesday nights to go against Dynamite on a network deal is ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I think it comes down to this situation, and it comes down, people might consider this hate or no hate or whatever, but I think AEW has to really figure out who they are as a company, and I think that the problem with AEW
they know who they are.
They still cater to very hardcore fans and things like that. I would say that for me, like, let's just say I'm turning on AEW trying to watch wrestling with my child, and he comes up and I see Darby Allin just bleeding all over the place and doing whatever Darby Allin is doing. I don't know. I think if they continue their same business practices, I don't think that they can be number two, because it might be somebody else. I don't think TNA is going to overtake them, because I don't think TNA is going to be around. I think they're going to be swallowed up by somebody eventually. I just don't know if, like
Tony Combs.
I just think that AEW is busy doing AEW things, and that's perfectly fine, because I think that that's the thing about, like, when I take it back to food. Like you can go to a buffet where you get a little bit of everything, or you can go to a restaurant where they make the specific meal that you like. And I feel like AEW is that restaurant that gives you that specific meal that as a fan, you know what this restaurant is going to serve you. This is what you're going to get. And I think WWE is more of a buffet. We're going to try to give you a little bit of everything and hopefully that you like some of it, but you may not like all of it. So the chat continues. The JLG
First of all, I'll give it a strike to the Lumberchat.
Why?
I don't like any of these soccer. You know, the Laker names were cool last week. Because
Manny,
it's simple names. These Dutch and Netherlands names are too long to get into an argument.
Marcus,
just go with Dutch, Marcus. Don't say Netherlands names.
Marcus,
because they are Dutch.
I just want to point out:
right.
do not be a arrogant American. Let the Europeans have their joy too. But JLG says AEW is no longer a viable competitor to WWE at this point. I don't know if they were ever a competitor. I just think they were an alternative.
They are the competitor.
They are a competitor because WWE would not be what's the word? Double booking the weekend. They would not be
stacking shelves, competing against them.
And
it's a competitor.
And AEW know who they are. They are a wrestling company that focuses wrestling story and stuff like that. It's here and there. They're strictly stories. Sometimes you just get a lot of matches on AEW that are just matches, like what you got on Dynamite. So I think they know who they are, and I think they're not worried about bringing in the casual because they want the wrestling fan.
And I'm curious, Levi, if you can please break down
how
I was capping for WWE, because I don't think I praised WWE at all. I called them a buffet, and I called AEW a boutique restaurant that serves one thing. So if you can please explain to me how they're capping, I would like to know.
Please don't use capping. You're over 40.
Let's
talk about both of you guys. Jesus.
And then they're talking about the Cowboys because I think Levi brought out a comment that, AEW has a lot of money. And then they brought up Jerry Jones about having a lot of money but not being successful. And JK says Jerry Jones talks about winning. He hasn't done that since the first Clinton administration, which is also true. I mean, money doesn't mean everything. And we can admit that both companies, in my opinion, AEW and WWE, and if we want to throw in Ring of Honor and TNA as being there, they're all stale right now. There's nothing right now that's generating any type of buzz that is...
I disagree. I think AEW has more momentum than WWE right now. And yes, some of the storylines may be off the rails, and a lot of stuff don't make sense, but bang for your buck, and entertainment-wise, they give you something to talk about each week at least. WWE can just put out a stale-ass show like with Smackdown and Raw at any different day, any kind of day of the week, and don't give a fuck because all they're thinking about is at the end of the day revenue. Tony Khan, for it maybe a fault or a praise, does care about what he puts out there and wants to put out what he thinks is the best product out there. They look like they're trying. They look like they don't care. Maybe you don't care about their expansion, but they're making money. They don't seem like they're just a money-hungry company. There's not ads everywhere. It's not built in greed and politics that WWE currently has. I feel like AEW is doing what they're doing.
would not agree with you with that. JK would not agree with you with that. He says it's very political in his rant that he had, Marcus. I think it's pretty much what do you enjoy? And I think that's what it comes down to. For me personally, my favorite show this week was not Raw, was not SmackDown, was not Dynamite. By far was NXT because NXT gets in, it gets out, it gives me my comedy, it gives me new wrestlers. I was like, wow, this girl can really go. A girl whose name I can't remember, but she teamed up with
I know her.
Yeah.
Karen something. Kendall Gray?
Kendall Gray.
Yeah.
I don't forget Kendall Gray.
Kendall Gray was very fluid in the ring. She moved great. I was like, wow, that match exceeded all expectations that I had for that. I was like, wow, know what match didn't know? The girl who won LFG, she was trash. She's getting better, but she needs not to be on TV. And it's not often that you see somebody get covered in the Canadian flag. And I'm like, bravo, that's what needs to take place.
No, they got tucked up. They got tucked and put to bed.
They got
tucked in and put to bed.
They got put out to the Raptors jersey.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
That's so awesome. But let me tell you, NXT is enjoyable because it's like watching college football. You want to see where these people are going to end up being. If they're going to be something. You can judge the potential, and it's a fun show. It has no weight to it. I'm not expecting the be-all, end-all, as I expect with the main roster of WWE, which you never get until maybe WrestleMania season. So, NXT get a pass on that.
The reason why I like NXT is that I think NXT is the only thing that feels somewhat fresh. I mean, yes, they make mistakes like having a big ugly dude trying to think that he's a number one contender who should have been let go with his former tag team partner. And yes, I used to yes, I am talking about Briggs, okay? I mean, the only good thing about them was Fallon Henry, and now where she's at. But with that being said,
you make it sound like she's Mark Henry's son, though. It's Henley.
You know, I think they just call her Fallon now. They just call her Fallon.
Eric, to play the other side, that's fine. That NXT is catered to you as much like the WWE product. You are a sports entertainment fan. You are not a wrestling fan.
I am not.
And there are a lot of people, Levi probably the most in this chat, where the wrestling, which is AEW, is what he prefers. So then I always looking for a healthy medium, and for me, sometimes that is NXT. But you're either gonna get what you either on one side or the other. That's the problem with this argument. Is like it's still subjective because this is still an art form of which is better, but end of the day, you like what you like.
No, yeah. and I 100%
you like
agree
punk
with
rock
that.
or alternative rock. That's what you get.
Well, when it comes to music, I like a little bit of everything, but I just think that for me, there's sometimes that AEW does have a really good show.
More of a cunt. There's difference.
But when AEW goes to the extreme, I'm just like, and I guess their own brand they're going to because they're in Philadelphia at the old ECW arena, but I don't know. But let's talk about a show that really didn't do much for me this week. That was SmackDown. SmackDown really just was there again. Manny, being in Europe and WWE doesn't come there often. When you see these type of shows that WWE is putting on, where in so many ways they're just kind of phoning it in. It's like tag matches, nothing that really makes any sense. I mean, you get a couple stories here and there, but does this make it easy for you to part with your pounds to go pay for these shows when you see what they're doing for these type of shows?
I don't. It's just the thing is, it's all WWE. Like, regardless of them phoning it in, right on the European tour, it's all WWE now. Like, even if you were to go to a show in Boston or where you guys are at, it's difficult to go there knowing you have to part way with so much of your money now. Like even the cheap seats are not even that cheap anymore.
Cheap no more, man. It hurts.
So like you have to really question: should I go to this or would I have a better experience at home? And 9 times out of 10, you would have had a better experience at home because end of the day, if you've got the money to spend it, spend it. But I'm not going to part ways with it if you're going to give me a mediocre show, which you have been doing in the last couple of months.
Exactly. Marcus, what about you? Like, I mean, I know you're an American. We've been to a lot of mediocre shows, from TNA, AEW, WWE. We traveled all to Hollywood wrestling, It like, when you see these SmackDown shows, does it make it hard for you to come back week after week to watch the shows? Like, if you didn't have the podcast to do, Marcus, would you make such a commitment to watch these shows? Or would you be like Booker T and just watch highlights?
I still watch it.
No, I think I'd start watching highlights. I think I would start watching highlights if it continued to be that bad and we didn't do this show.
I still watch it, but it would still be like, it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better because even in the rough parts of the era of WWE, I would still watch. It's just something I watch. I don't know. It's more of a habit than it is actually in me enjoying anything. I didn't have a problem with this week's show. I'll be honest. This was not this was better than most of the shows they've done. At least they seemed like they tried to advance storylines and stuff happened.
No, definitely better than last week.
It's not saying that as a bad show, but I'm just saying there's nothing that really happens. I will point out that the show started off really well. I think Logan Paul is hated, rightfully so. And I thought John Cena was excellent in this thing. I thought two things that took place. First of all, John Cena apologized to the kid. And second of all,
kid.
And second of all,
jealous, man, you ain't that kid.
And second of all, I thought John Cena really cut deep. I thought when he started naming all the streamers and then realizing that, and then he put out that Logan Paul's not even was mentioned anymore, and now he's trying to use WWE, I was like, fuck, that hurts. And I was like, but it's true. Sometimes truth hurts, Marcus. Did you like what John Cena did, who is supposed to be the face, but he was really a bad man in this situation?
Well, he put out Logan Paul makes headlines for the wrong reasons all the time, which, goes into his outside of work business. He was cutting into Prime and stuff, and he was just basically tell the truth, essentially. But my problem with John Cena and this promo, what bugged me is just the stuff that this man was a heel a month ago. He was a piece of shit. And then he teamed with Logan maybe 2 months ago.
He was having a bad time, Marcus.
No, fuck that. There's no, just the poor storytelling of his face turn. And for him to come out there and criticize Logan for being somebody that just show up and all that. Dude, last week you were just doing this. You were just showing up and talking about it's my last tour. He just can't get away with turning around. I didn't get a story. I guess he apologized, but there's no reason for it. And that's the part that bugs me. That's what bugs me. I had no problem with his promo. I had no problem with Logan. I had no problem with the segment, other than the fact that past history of this storyline, it's just a sudden 180 that doesn't make sense.
Manny, do you agree with Marcus that you want the continuity and not the 1 minute John is evil, next minute he's this guy?
There's got to be that whole thing when you look back at this run, if you do, and go, what if The Rock and Travis Scott was still on board? Because that was clearly going, so they clearly had plans for that to go somewhere. But the fact that they pulled out and they had to pivot is the case of this ended up turning real fast. You could have done the Cena loses to Cody at SummerSlam, Cena goes away for a bit, rethinks, and goes, you know what, this is not how I want to go out. That would probably been a better way to do it, but
yeah. You can blame The Rock and Travis Scott, but it all comes down to the top. Triple K don't know how to deal with black men. And he pissed those 2 black men off, and they left.
I don't think that's the case. Where I think that they had other obligations. Hollywood opened back up. Rock was like, I can make money. Travis Scott was whatever Travis Scott was, and I don't know if it would be anything.
They had friction.
I just think that it's an interesting thing that the last time that we got Cena, I mean, I think for me personally, I would prefer for Cena to remain a face his entire career. Would have been fine with me.
It wouldn't have been his entire career.
Him turning heel was interesting, but they were never able to follow up with it. However, I thought that Logan and John Cena have enough chemistry on the mic with each other to make the match tomorrow actually seem like a match worth seeing. Something else I want to talk about.
It's good
Manny,
contrast.
We had a backstage segment where the Street Profits are being interviewed. They're being interrupted not by Uncle Hottie, but by Bo Dallas. And pretty much Bo Dallas is planting the seeds that we've been waiting for a long, long time of the Street Profits may be calling it quits with each other because he asked a simple question, are you guys really family? And at that point, I was like, oh, wow, we might finally get a breakup. Manny, did you interpret it the same way I interpret this whole are you family statement?
Yeah, I interpreted that. I feel like it might be time that the Street Profits might be over. Maybe they go their separate ways, a nice way. But if I'm one of the two of them, I'll be retorting back and like, when are you going to stop bastardizing your brother's legacy? And then walk away off camera.
Well, man, I don't think you can do that, but I agree with you.
I will.
I will.
Let me tell you
the
this.
same thing they did in the Dark Order. They bastardized that guy's death for
that guy, Jesus.
Luke Harper.
His name slipped out.
Brody Lee.
Oh, it's not even Luke Harper. My bad.
They bastardized that guy. I was like, damn, man. But no, I feel like when Bo Dallas is Bo Dallas and isn't in the Uncle Howdy mask, I take him a lot more serious. And I take the storyline a lot more serious. Then when he came out later in the mask, I was like, they fucked it up. He should be the only one that's not in gimmick. He should just be talking the truth. Let the other ones be weird. Let the tag teams and Nikki Cross and the Redbeard man look like something. But
Marcus, how you taking this man seriously? He was in the B team with the Miz. He was in the B team. I ain't ever taking Bo Dallas seriously. He was in the B team.
I'm saying as a mouthpiece, as a character, as a presence, I feel like as a serious person, as he was portraying this time, I'll take him serious. When he was doing the backstage interviews and he was showing up in Pierce's office and stuff, just hanging out, I felt like that has more impact than him in the stupid Uncle Howdy hat match.
I do prefer Bo Dallas as Bo Dallas. However, for me, when I see Bo Dallas, I do see him trying to channel his inner Bray Wyatt. And it's like it was a little bit too much Bray, and it reminded me of Bray in the situation. But
it's not your gimmick.
I would rather have Bo to him. But then JOG asked this question, and I don't think this question answer is as easy as it used to be, is who's the Mario Jannetty of the Street Profits? Because I think Dawkins is the easy answer, but I think Dawkins has made so many strides since he was cooking it up in NXT and stuff like that. I think that Tez, on paper, seems to be the one who would be the star, but you still have to deal with Triple K in the situation that you just don't know if he can get to that next level. I would love
Tez could be a star in AEW.
He could be. He could be Swerve. He could be Swerve.
Okay. So, either way, I believe Tez is the star. And it's not because it has nothing to do. I think Dawkins is the better wrestler. In the ring, I think Dawkins is the better in-ring between the ropes wrestler. But let me tell you something about Dawkins. Dawkins ain't got no personality. You can't tell me Dawkins done anything in a promo or anything where you be like, I'm taking Dawkins serious. Whether it's his fake-ass hairline he regrew back or his stirring things up and all that. Dawkins is a board talent. I feel he would thrive more in AEW, being one of those Josh Alexanders, AR Fox, Brian Cages in the Couch family or something. Then Ford has the personality to be able to cut a promo. And you know what? Whether it goes somewhere or not, I feel like he has more energy and charisma than Dawkins.
I can see it now. Dawkins in AEW, him and Red Velvet out on stage cooking it up together because they always stir the pot.
Yeah. Red Velvet's still there, man. They all still there.
She's in Ring of Honor. So
ain't nobody go. You know they go when they do a podcast. Has she done a podcast yet? She has not.
I want to say,
OnlyFans yet? Nope.
For me personally, this might have been one of my favorite moments of SmackDown for the simple reason where it's authority doing the right decision instead of the wrong decision like they normally do. So it's time for the tag team women's match. Charlotte comes out in the big grandiose entrance and just doing everything that she's doing. Just out there. Alexa come out and then here come Alba Fire attacking Charlotte, taking out the knee and whatnot. And they ruin their tag team title shot trying to get an edge. And instead of them having a handicap match, as Wade Barrett said, normally happens in this situation where Alexa Bliss should be defending her title by herself, and then you have Charlotte come out there and make the save because the match was booked. Nick Aldis decided to cancel the whole match.
Bullshit.
And then make it be Alexa Bliss versus Chelsea Green. I laughed. I was like, wow, they made a right decision with authorities in professional wrestling, but this has never been done. Marcus, you seem to be upset about this decision.
He's circling.
I have a problem with this because the original match wasn't Chelsea versus and Alba teaming together. Where the hell was Piper?
Yeah, where's Piper?
Where was Piper in this one? Did Piper get hurt? Because I feel like that's probably what happened is that they were going to do the tag match and Piper got hurt. Because you don't have Piper never beat Charlotte Flair the previous week, which, I guess the biggest win of her career. You would think that she would be in this match. But no, they didn't have Piper at all. It was just Alba and Chelsea. So I'm assuming Piper got hurt or has travel issues. Who knows? Maybe they never let her out of Scotland. Who knows what's going on there? But I felt like this was just a cover-up of whatever's going on in the back of what happened last week. I don't know what's going on, but it was a cover-up, and we should have had a handicap match, and it should have ended with Charlotte coming out there and maybe get DQ'd or something.
Manny, what about you?
They still got that work.
Nick Aldis, who I know you're very critical of, just decided to go into business for himself and change what stuff was going on.
Well, Nick Aldis needs to be questioned anyway because he was drinking on the job today.
Yeah, I understand why I thought Manny was going to say that nigga need to be questioned.
You drop nigga before I drop nigga. That's cool.
Well, you was talking about tickling balls and stuff where I was being filthy.
But let me ask you about Nick though. Nick gets a strike for it last week. No follow-up. No follow-up from the end of last week's SmackDown. About Brock Lesnar. Yeah, John Cena. I have a message for Brock Lesnar. But here's the thing. Whoa. No one knows now? No one knows he wake John up. John, I haven't heard from him. I set you up. What the fuck, Nick?
Just branching off that, we had a discussion on Thursday about wrestling cold cases. Yeah. This would go down as a wrestling cold case, Eric. But Eric, we need to know what is your favorite wrestling cold case that you remember.
That just like there was a storyline they just dropped, and you were like, "Wait a minute." They never went back to that.
I'm gonna have to think about this one. So give me some time to think about this. Hopefully, I'll have an answer by the end of the show because that's a hard thing. Actually, it's going to be really, but no, because technically it's not a cold case because he left the company. So that's just an easy out.
No. What's the cold case?
I was gonna say Aleister Black and Big E.
That's a cold case. That is a cold case.
I don't know what was going on with that situation.
Fuck that nigga. That's
I don't know what that was, but Aleister Black, So this segment right here, Aleister Black is cutting a AEW, WWE, new WWE promo where he's talking his stuff. Man from the Netherlands. But then, later on the show, we get Damian Priest cutting his promo, and Shantae was in the room with me. She was like, look at her, look at him. Yeah, that's what he's there for. Just talking about the interview and looking at Damian Priest. And I was like,
who was that interview? Kathy?
Yeah, I think it was Kathy. It could have been Sarah.
It's Kathy.
It doesn't matter. But the thing about this segment, I know they're trying to make Aleister and Damian mean something. I just don't know if I care.
I don't care.
It's like two 40-year-old men fighting over stuff that don't really pertain to them.
They should be teaming together. It should be Aleister Black, Damian Priest, and Brody King teaming together on WWE. Just makes the most sense to me.
The Judgment Day 2 or the Judgment Days with a Z.
Where they can continue the breakup storyline and playing darts in the back.
So this is my issue that really bothered me this week on SmackDown. Also, it's like it took place with Kiana James, and it also took issue with my family tree. Like if you're trying to make these people be relevant and stuff like this, like I don't think they can take losses like they take. Meechin beating Kiana James like this, I was like, no, what, why?
Kiana James ain't wrestled in like 2 years.
I know, but at least let her be competitive.
You gotta do this.
That's what I mean. I was like, she ain't wrestling in 2 years. Let her show out a little bit.
Yeah, this made no sense. Maybe they were stricken for time. Maybe John Cena and Logan Paul went along. We're probably gonna get a story that Chris Parks cut so much time out of it, and that's all he got was a roll up left. But I just feel like this was ridiculous. We got this long ass entrance, and I can't believe she kept the helicopter entrance. It's the stupidest entrance in wrestling. The dumbest entrance in wrestling. Then they get their attack on, and I'm like, why not just have her get attacked, beat you into the back? We could have just saved this match and then do a match in the next week if they had more time.
And then they could have just given Sami and Solo, not that they needed more time or whatever.
I mean, luckily they did wash this bad taste out of my mouth because I was like, I can't believe they treated a black woman like that, but it is Triple K.
You didn't know she was black until 20 minutes ago.
Hey.
She popped up on the poster.
They were both half in that. They were both half, so they made one whole.
Marcus, let me also...
and one black person got to win that night.
Marcus, let's just point out something, Marcus. Yes, you sided with Sol Roca, and I sided with Kiana James. I prefer Kiana James before she got the breast, but whatever.
First of all, you can pick. You don't have to just say if you only have one black woman in your life, Eric. I know you're married to one black woman, and you're trying to spread your seed into other black women right now.
What are you talking about?
I am a single man. I can choose whichever one I want. I can throw Queen Amanala in there too.
And that's why you lost to that little man. But that being said,
what are you talking about? What?
Sol Roca man.
Oh, Tyler
Bate.
You know your responses shouldn't be a puzzle, okay?
Yes, it doesn't.
What happened to the Americanos? They don't even show up anymore. What happened to that mystery?
But that being said,
that's a cold case already.
I thought the segment that took place between Drew McIntyre and Randy was a very good segment. I thought that they spoke some truths into the storyline, and it made me forget about this. Drew is evil. We know Drew is evil. And we know Randy is who Randy is. And we all know we just want this to lead to Randy turning on Cody. Is this the way I get to the road of Randy turning on Cody? Manny, I asked you this question.
Well, he did plant seeds. Like, Cody used your back against you, Randy.
Cody. It wasn't a wellness check. He was scouting. He was looking for weaknesses.
Him and on. In and on with a playbook.
What the fuck, Drew? And I just feel like if you call someone up like that, you're at different levels of pieces of shit. Like Manny broke his ankle, and I'm going, Manny, you okay? Now I know your weaknesses. I'm going for his ankle. I'm going for the ankle.
Like I haven't said I've got bad ankles numerous times.
I know, but that's the only reason we are friends is so I can know that you have bad ankles and take you down later. That is level of evil that I don't even think that you could just believe.
Marcus.
And I, for the record, yes, I didn't mind the segment, but I don't want to see these old men fight each other.
I'm okay with that. They're veterans. It's going to be a solid match. Marcus, you get Rusev versus Sheamus tomorrow. Let me ask you this question,
I'm a bit
Marcus.
tired of that now. They've done it too many times.
But Bart, can I ask you this
So many
question?
old people fighting.
Because I know how you feel about disrespect, and I know how you like to primp yourself, Marcus. If you're looking at yourself, if you're looking at yourself in the mirror, getting yourself ready to go out, and then somebody like Jade Cargill disturb your mirror thing, would you be upset? I mean, Jade Cargill, she was talking her shit. Can we get excited about Tiffany and Jade? I just don't think we can.
You trying to tell me, if I was in the bathroom looking at myself in the mirror and Jade Cargill walked behind me,
it'd probably be more like Ryan.
I'll be Tony Combs, yeah. I'll be Tony Combs. But go ahead.
I don't see how you win a tag match makes you the number one contender. Normally what happens is you pin the champion, you become the contender.
Yeah.
This doesn't happen. I don't understand what Nick Aldis is doing. Yeah, some dodgy practices are going on.
All I gotta say is that when I think about this, I was like, okay, I guess. I mean, Jade and Tiffany, they look like stars, but I know that in the ring, I don't think Tiffany's at the point ready to carry Jade. But I could be wrong.
I just need them to be one person. You give Tiffany's wrestling ability to Jade, and you give Jade's charisma to Tiffy, and you got one good wrestler right there that you can say, "Hey, I can make money off this."
But they're all in NXT right now. They're all like, if you could give Kalani some personality, shit, she'll be a star. What she can do in the ring, but she ain't got no personality.
I blame Mello for that. I'll never forgive him for it.
Main event, feel good moment. Sami wins his first U.S. title after a lot of stuff going on. With you, first you have Jacob comes out there, Jimmy comes down there, takes out the MFTs. It just like I don't know where they're going with Solo, but he lost. Sami had a moment. The crowd seemed to eat it up. I think Sami as a champion, is better. But, we'll see where it goes from there.
I would say I was generally so. Oh, go ahead, man. I'll let you talk. I'll talk.
I don't care about this, but all I want to know is what does
I would have went then, Manny. I would have went.
I want to know what Rikishi thought about this.
I don't care that Marcus is ready to give some analysis.
Everyone cares about Rikishi's opinion on this.
Marcus is ready to give some analysis about this main event, and then Manny's like, "No, I want to go further." And then goes and says, "I only care about what Rikishi's." This is the most sharpshooter thing ever. Let's not talk about wrestling at all. Let's talk about what Rikishi's going through. Marcus, overall, please tell me what you thought about the main event and what stood out about SmackDown to you that made it enjoyable.
Okay, composure. That was ridiculous.
And please don't add what you think Rikishi thinks about this situation.
Well, you know he ain't gonna like it, but Rikishi ain't got the right to say shit after he let Psycho Stu get murdered in his ring. Yes, Psycho Stu has recovered, but I'm just saying it was almost murdered. He was almost murdered in it. Fuck you, Rikishi. It's a bad week for you, bitch. Anyway, that's why Solo lost the title. Retaliation. Because I was watching the match. It was a solid match. It's nothing to be like, wow, did you see Sami and Solo? No. But I thought, just like I think the people in France thought, I was shocked that Sami won. Like when he got that 3, I was like, oh, it happened. Like it seems like everybody jumped up at the same time of like, oh, they actually beat him, because I was expecting some bullshit to happen. I don't remember the last time I got a main event on Raw or SmackDown without some bullshit happening on a title match where it just ended in a no contest or something. I thought they were like, oh, we're going to have to redo this at, not Paris, but, whatever it's after that. WrestlePalooza or some shit. So, and where they going with Solo? Nowhere. There ain't nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go.
This bloodline stuff and MFT stuff just needs to stop. It's dead. It's dead. Stop it.
Yeah,
Separate the Samoans. Stop it.
Separate the Samoans and the Tongans, all right?
Yeah, it's just one of those things that, like, if you want to keep him in the tag team division and whatnot, whatever, but I just don't think that them taking this loss, being destroyed by Jacob and Jimmy, really helps their faction. Because I mean, their faction is a little bit weak as it is. Like it's like they might, except for Mark. Okay, hold on, because you know how you always ask me how I feel about if it's good Lexus King or bad Lexus King. Mark, I need to ask this week: was it good JC Mateo or bad JC Mateo? Did he make you happy? Because you always like how you said last week that you enjoy how he looks shocked and confused.
Continue to look shocked and confused and continue not to fit in. He needs to be known as the outsider, JC Mateo, at this point, as he just comes in and he's like, what am I doing here? Why didn't Tony sign me? He signed everybody else.
I would have.
He didn't sign my little ass. Bullshit.
I'm running a little late on time, so let's talk about Clash in Paris. We got stuff going on. Monday Night Raw, Roman
Can
and
I
Bronson.
respond to Kane real quick?
Oh, go ahead.
I really hope the MFTs aren't in War Games. It doesn't seem like that makes sense at all for them.
Waste.
What a waste of a War Games, man. I don't even know what they're going to do for War Games. I honestly don't want to see anybody in War Games this year.
We can skip, bro. It's like you could take a break from War Games like you should take a break from Anarchy in the Arena. I think it would be beneficial for both sides.
Well, we got a break from Casino Battle Royals to this pay-per-view.
That's true. And the week before you can cash in your titles. So Clash in Paris. Roman and Bronson had an interaction on Monday Night Raw where Roman found out that Bronson was Samoan and exiled and stuff like that. Did their interaction on Monday Night Raw help this match, or do you think this match was also more already written itself because Bronson took the man's shoe? Manny, I go to you first because Mark has been talking a lot. Are you looking forward to Roman versus
you lose
Bronson?
shoes. I think you lose all credibility. Just saying. You walk home in your socks.
Manny, you walk down the street and see a homeless person without shoes, and you go, "You got no credibility."
I mean, but Manny got a point. You not the big dog when somebody taking your shoes.
I can see Manny on the argument on the beach with somebody. Gary, get that water. You ain't got those shoes on. You got no place in this argument with me.
Who goes into the water with shoes on?
I'm just saying, no, they wouldn't have shoes, but I'm saying you're taking away their credibility for being on the beach.
What about you, Marcus? Bronson Reed and Roman, are you excited for this match? Do you think
I am excited for this match, and I think that they've done a really good job in building this up. The shoe taking was perfect. I think that the Sheila Fall, the Tribal Thief, the Roman talking about he owns your ass. I am looking forward to this. This should be hopefully this is a standout performance from Bronson Reed, the Odzilla, where they can actually make something out of him. Because you know what? In Seth's faction division, I see the vision for Braun Breaker. I see the vision for the Odzilla. I just don't see it for Seth freaking Rollins.
All right, then we move on.
She does not lose her shoes. She kicks them off, and then she fights.
Then I think we move to a match that both Manny and Marcus said early in the show that they're already tired of. It's the good old-fashioned Donnybrook match, Sheamus versus Rusev. I don't think there's anything they can really do that they haven't done already. So it's just it's like it's a match on the show.
I'm looking forward to the Donnybrook match. I didn't know it was going to be on Clash. I thought this was a Raw match.
No, I think it's on the Clash. Then also, Manny, as we said that Triple K would not put the tag team titles on a PLE until it was owned by people of fair skin. So we have the Wyatt Six going against the Street Profits. I'm assuming the Wyatt Six wins this match with some spooky outside interference from the most dominant tag division in wrestling currently.
I mean, it's all just leading to them getting frustrated and then separating. So, what is that? It's basically what that stuff he said he was planting into their minds on SmackDown. I think it's going to play into fruition on this match, and then the breakup of the Street Profits that everyone wanted is going to happen.
Yeah. I also think that John Cena versus
4 years
Logan
too
Paul
late.
is going to be a very fun match. Logan is going to carry him with his athleticism, but I think John will carry him with the storytelling. I think this will be a sleeper match. Could be match of the night, in my opinion. What about you, Marcus?
It's not going to be matches.
This could be a mess. This could be a mess. This could be a mess, y'all.
No. Are you ready for me to give you my mess of the night? My mess of the night will be the match that I don't think anybody wanted. That I don't understand. I know the IC title is on the line, but in 2025, did not need Becky Lynch versus Nikki Bella. I do not need this match. I do not want this match, nor do I want green eggs and ham. I just don't think this match should be taking place, let alone in Paris. This could have been a one-off match someplace else. Brie was the better wrestler. Nikki was the better personality, but I still don't think they should be fighting Becky Lynch in this situation. Manny, what about you? Do you think this match is of any importance?
I believe this is going to be the match that I'm going to fall asleep during, even though this is at regular time for me. I will put on a blanket and I will go to sleep.
You guys make sure you hold Manny to that. Make sure he grab his blanket and his dog and wrap up into me like it's time. It's nap time.
I think this match should have been a buried alive match and we should have just got rid of it. I also think this show is just so old. Do you hear these people in this match? I think Logan Paul is the youngest person on the card.
Yeah.
This show is so old. Everybody's in their 90s.
But Marcus, they're booking for the European audience, and I think that the audience might want
Really
to see
is the European audience.
No,
They
but
are not booking for the European audience. They were going to book this in. This could have been WrestlePalooza, and it would have been.
This could have been signed at an event.
Kane says you don't think Brie might return. I'll say no. Her husband worked for AEW. Brie ain't coming back. She don't need a check like Nikki. Nikki got to pay that alimony. She got to pay the alimony.
She got child support and everything to pay.
So we got the fatal 4-way for the heavyweight championship. We got Seth Rollins, CM Punk, LA Knight, and Jey
Nikki back on
Uso.
that corner.
Does Seth retain his title?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the thing that happens here, and I think that no one cares when he does. And that's Clash in Paris. Manny, I'm pretty sure that you're extremely happy because I know how you feel about the Parisians, about them getting this shitty card for their Clash in Paris. You probably just was like, yeah, that's what they get.
See, I do hate them. However, I'm not thinking like that, Eric.
Oh. Maybe that's just something I do because I'm evil.
You know what? I'm going on a limb here. I know I'm going to be wrong, but I'm going to say Clash of Paris is going to be a hell of a show, and it's going to exceed expectations. And Manny say he's going to fall asleep on Nikki and Becky. It's not going to happen. He's going to be enthralled about the chaos and the horribleness that could be this match.
Maybe I'll get up and make myself a cup of tea, and I'll bring my camera with me so you can watch me make tea.
You like watching paint dry. As I said in the pre-show, people didn't hear this because I need to wrap up the show because I need to start getting ready for the people that are coming over. But my favorite match of the week, by far, blindfold match. Lexis King was good. Lexis King, him and why can't I think of the boy's name right now? Just can't think of his name.
Miles
Bourne.
Miles Bourne. I thought this was probably one of the better blindfold matches I've seen in a long time because it had athleticism. I do think they can do the same.
Don't die.
Yeah.
I can see it was ridiculous.
When he rolled out the ring, I said, what the hell was that? But I love the ending where you eye gouged the referee who healed quicker than usual to open up your mask to kick Miles Bourne in the balls to win the match. I was like, shit. I mean, it is what it is.
All right. One, I'd like to give AEW pluses for not having attempted murder this week. We did not get attempted murder on Dynamite.
Well, they had a man who almost tried to commit suicide with his bloody ear, though, Marcus. You mean like,
Wait, hold on. Darby was everything that happened to Darby was attempted murder on that.
Yeah.
No, that was domestic violence. That was child abuse. That's what happens when you challenge daddy at home. He has to throw you to the table. He has to swing you around.
They were both intent. There was both intent by both MJF and what's his name? Hillbilly.
Adam Page?
No.
Adam Cole?
Who? Hillbilly?
Hillbilly.
Willie Yuta? Oh, yeah. Once again,
Mark
AEW
Briscoe.
it was too much Don Callis for me again. I can't stand Don Callis. Get him off TV.
All right, Eric. If you Don Callis, who's your AT? Who's your A guy? If shit going down. Who you bringing out? Who can you trust in your group?
Technically,
that's the beast of my motherfuckers right here. We don't
technically
because they behind
you would like to think it'll be Takeshka and the Proto Star.
I don't think he's tough outside of wrestling.
But the thing about it though is that Takeshka don't never win in the States, and he only does good every other place. And the Proto Star look like a joke. So I think I'm going to pick the Mexican man in the mask that I don't know who he is because I gotta trust that he go kick ass.
He's on my 18.
Yeah, I just think he looked like he a bad man. Like he looked like he just whoop ass without asking questions.
Okay, so here's my Callis family 18. Hintacero,
That's the Mexican man, right?
Just because he brought him up.
Yeah.
Takeshka.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I feel like it's the only serious person in there.
Yeah.
And you know what? If this man ever decides to show up, just because Okada, if he decides to show up, he's a monster. But that man's taking time off.
I don't think Okada can do it. I don't think Okada's my guy.
I don't want to go down the route to the other people. I feel like he's ahead of the Protostar. He's ahead of Lance Archer. He's ahead of Wardlow. He's ahead of Brian Cage. He's ahead of Rocky Romero and Trent.
Let me tell you, I think that if we're going for pure intimidation in this situation, I don't think he got squabbles. But if I'm going with Pentacero and I got Takeshka right there, they're my two main battlers right there.
5 things in 5
Like,
2
those
minutes.
are my people.
Pentacero.
I don't know what his name is. Whatever his name is. But I'm saying in this situation, like, these are the guys that if it go down, they're going to be fighting. But I want to try to avoid the fight. And I think that's when I have big-ass Lance Hoyt right there because he a big man. He a big man. He a big man. And, you know, it might make people think twice before they go fight this big-ass man. It's like having... you know, the Tongan boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you walk into a room, you got...
Come on. You bring the Tongan boy, I'll fight him.
I'm not fighting no Tongans.
No, his hair is too nice, though. But, like, Lance Hoyt...
I don't want to fuck with... And then Haku show up. And then I got to deal with that.
Let's think about Lance Hoyt.
You angered Haku.
Like, you take away not knowing that he had a tramp stamp back in the way. But you have this tall, meaty, Caucasian man that has braids in his hair that has fallen out. That tells you that's some trouble right there. That's trouble. And then you have to ask the question, why is he hanging out with the Mexican and the Japanese man? That's a battle that I think is a very good team for the A team right there. I think
why does he have to be a racist? And you go, I accept these two.
Just say it.
You know, who's your
Dallas ain't got no blacks. Why he ain't got no blacks?
So now to avoid calling him Hechicero, you called him the Mexican.
yes. Like he's a Brad Pitt movie or some shit. Manny, who's your starting 5 for the Callis family? Because that's where we're at. He got a full starting 5 and a bench. He may got a football team already.
Takeshka. I'm gonna have to take Brian Cage and Lance Archer.
They never win.
No, they're muscle.
You need muscle.
Marcus, if you have the Protostar showing up dressed the way that he's dressed, that's an invitation to whoop your ass.
Yeah, what's all those fancy muscles if you can't beat Sammy
Marcus,
Guevara?
the man is wearing glasses that is dangling chandeliers right there, Marcus. I will kick his ass.
Well, I didn't pick Fletcher.
Keep going. I'm sorry.
I picked Mark Davis before I picked Fletcher.
I got Hechicero, number 4.
Playing point guard.
And then my wild card. I can pick Trent.
Trent
can't show up to work, Manny. Trent can't even show up to work. Trent can't stay healthy for the life of himself.
You know what?
You gonna come up with a starting 5 and be like, and Trent, and he'd be like, "Fuck, all right, give me Mark Davis."
If you made it this far in the show, please leave in the comments after you like and subscribe to our channel. Who is your starting 5 for the Don Callis family? Who would you put out there to fight, to help protect your back when stuff is going down? Who is your starting 5? Because he got too many.
Beyond stable at this point. He has his own promotion.
Might as well.
He's rivaling numbers with the NWO, which is great.
He can run a ring about himself.
Did anyone take Josh?
Josh Alexander? Oh, I forgot. The guy he was there.
When's the last time he been on TV?
This week.
Shit.
I think he was in 2 segments too.
He was in 2 segments. He was in the match.
I think you guys ass kicked in both of them.
Hey, you know what? Good thing for Josh, he's getting paid. I don't think they would have did anything with him at NXT either.
No. Shout out to Josh Alexander for being the forgotten Callis member. I went to Mark Davis before I went.
Can I ask a question? So who's more intimidating? Whatever team that you put together from Don Callis family or Dark State?
I take Dark State. They're younger.
Dark State, they got that white dude that want to fuck you.
Yeah, and they got Saquon Sugar.
You
don't know what he's gonna try to do to you.
Because you know Saquon gonna be talking some nasty crap to you. You be like, this dude is crazy.
And I think Deion Lennox has a lot of potential. Don't know where his career could go, but I think he's really talented in the ring. I think he's underrated.
You have to be rated.
You have a light-skinned brother, isn't though? I don't rate him at all.
I think
don't even know if is he Puerto Rican. I don't see
the only thing I know about that light skinned brother is he's the one that lost to dude on LFG, and he didn't get into the match because he didn't show out the way he was supposed to.
You mean the white dude?
The white dude.
No, you're thinking of Cutler. You're thinking of Cutler.
Yeah.
No,
I remember they had that match.
The question
also, honestly, people, WWE, Triple H, I know that you're a racist, but show us that you're not a racist by releasing Josh Briggs. Let him go. We don't need him. We don't need him.
How did they show you that he's not a racist?
Because Josh Briggs looked like everything that a white man would love in a person.
Okay.
He's big.
Eric, let me tell you something. If he was racist, you would see the first day of release is about 5, maybe 6 black people released. Then you go, yeah, do you know what? You've proven to me you're a racist. But he keeps them around.
NXT.
I would like, because they're good people for whites to lose to. beat. I also like to see Izzy
Day
Dane let go.
You don't want to pay them main roster money.
Let Izzy Dane go. I don't need her. I don't. Kendall Gray was a very big surprise with NXT. I thought I mean, if she could get a personality and if she could not look like every other woman on the thing, like Carmen Petrovic and all.
No. I know when
she don't look like Petrovic.
I know when Kendall Gray is Kendall Gray. I know when Lonnie Rain is Lonnie Rain.
Who is Lonnie Rain? Is that the one who was challenging for the title that one time?
Lonnie Reed is the one that's in everybody, all of Fatal Influence's business.
Yeah, she just
should be showing up in backstage segment.
Also, shout out to Jasmine Dix trying to get a title for herself. I appreciate that. I don't understand why they are trying to treat her the way that they is. JC and Fallon needs to stop.
But he cut back this week. JC was like, "Oh, okay, welcome to
the party, welcome to the group."
Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. If you got some free time,
what's your wrestling cold case?
Right now, it's going to have to be Aleister Black and Big E because they never count to it in. I just don't know what happened with that one.
So some of ours was the Vince McMahon bombing. We don't know who blew him up, why he blew up, and anything. Also, the Shane McMahon briefcase of what he had over Vince will never be known. I'm assuming it was the FC files at this point.
I think it was Janelle Grant. That time Viscera and Charlie Haas knocked Lillian Garcia off the apron and did not stop laughing about it.
Yeah, refused to tell us.
What was the NXT one we had? Boa and the Tin Man.
That might be the one.
Doing in the background for weeks. What's going on?
We knew. They told us it was a spider. There was a spider in Eric's run thing. A robotic one.
Ridiculous.
There's a lot of things that happen. Oh, Thekla wasn't on wrestling this week. Britt Baker's a cold case. Whatever happened to her?
Well, we don't want to talk about the missing people.
Those are missing people cases.
I'm gonna get the wall. I'm putting people on mid count. Wardlow was found. Thank God.
Yeah, but he was found to be put in Don Khan's family. I don't think that's fighting anybody.
That's like his fifth faction too. So
he was released from Tony Khan's prison. He escaped.
But anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode. This episode, unfortunately, Cracker Anger decided they weren't sponsoring us anymore because
they pulled the sponsor.
They found out that we were black. They found out we were black, and they was waiting for a Cracker podcast to fire.
Real quick question: what Cracker do you think WWE could fire that and get the people in uproar that say, "I can't watch WWE; they too woke"? Who would be? Because I know you said Josh Briggs, but who would be the Cracker Barrel logo that they released? I mean, it was R-Truth, obviously, a few weeks ago. But
wait, do they have to be white or like?
It could be anybody. It could be anybody, and other than R-Truth, who was the outrage, and then they got him back, and then
the person that they could fire that people would get so upset about, and it would be easy. It would be Sami Zayn if they fired Sami Zayn.
Oh,
because Sami Zayn has been pro-Palestine and everything. He's been everything against what WWE is about, and if he got fired, I think people would quit and be like, "Oh, fuck that." Like, you know, like Sami Zayn is the first person to.
I don't know. Some people might be happy because he's quite difficult to work with.
Is he?
Yeah. So they alluded to this on the Cody podcast.
I need to go and get ready. People supposed to be showing up at work.
No, so they alluded to it on Cody podcast when they put together a match. Some people like to have the match planned, but probably like 3-4 hours before the show. Kevin Owens and Sami do it about 10 minutes before they're about to go out.
Oh, so they keep they keep it indie. They keep it indie.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I thought you was gonna say he was kind of like Macho Man, where he had to plan everything out to a T.
No, it's very last minute with those two.
But I think Sammy would be the one, and the next one would be Bianca, because I don't think Bianca has ever done anything to anybody, like at all.
Bianca. Well, obviously the answer would be Rhea Ripley.
It'd be Rhea.
That would start a riot.
They wouldn't. Well, I don't think they would ever let Rhea.
I know. So what we're saying is it has to be some like mid card, somebody that's kind of hanging on there. Do you think there'd be an outrage over the Miz?
No.
I don't think there would be outrage because Marcus, let's be honest. After everything has been said and done, Miz has a Hall of Fame career that no one ever saw happening. Like no one saw the Miz being who the Miz was. No one saw that.
Yeah, I think Finn Balor would be someone.
No,
he's been doing a disservice his entire
I don't know.
career.
He's in his 40s now. I think it has to be someone who can come up.
Let's be honest, because people be like, "Oh, I'm so happy Finn got released because now he can go back to his roots and wrestle in AEW and do it's certain people that would be let go. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, that's fine." I think Sami is the one because of his political views. I think that's the one that you would be upset with. So pretty much your question was kind of like, who could WWE do what AEW did with CM Punk and Cody Rhodes to really make people be like, man, I can't believe y'all did this shit. No, JD McDonough got abused. People should be ashamed of themselves.
They need to stop beating this man up.
Oh, actually,
Jacob.
A good person?
Big E.
Big E. If Big E
He's
got
not
released.
wrestling anymore.
Yeah, but still, if he wasn't in his own era role.
I don't think people would.
Kofi? That would really put the narrative of Triple K.
Kofi.
No, he got to give it a Woods too, though. Kofi's got to finish.
I don't know if Kofi's kind of on that level where you would miss them if they were gone, like R-Truth.
Yeah, that's kind of fair. This is the question. Maybe we come back next week with real
Come back
answers.
next week. Yeah, because I got to go get ready. You guys, it's been a fun show. Thank you, everybody in the Lumber Chat, for participating. That's 2 weekends in a row. We've had as many who called 3 or 5 people, but I appreciate everybody who was there. We had good conversations that spurred on. Please join Manny and Marcus tomorrow for the watch along. Unfortunately, I have a conflict of interest. I have a wrestling match that I have to prepare for. You know, I'm teaching bottom rope offense on the fly again. You know, we got to be prepared for this.
Yeah, work on those moonsaults. We'll keep working with. I heard Hintacero's coming to your house.
It's Pentacero, Hintacero, Quince Cero. All of them are coming to my house. Quince, Sarah, all of them. We all go have it.
Honestly, I think there'd be outrage if Mr. Iguana got released today. Oh, no, we already got somebody. Del Rio's technically that guy right now in Mexico. He's technically the guy that we talk about. They released Del Rio. That is considered the Cracker Barrel role.
I mean, I guess the question you have to ask yourself this question is that when does
Frank
become too woke? Like you know, they have some question with people like, when do you start letting people go? Because like, how do you make a stance on Del Rio, but do you have other people in your company who are just like Brock Lesnar? You know what I mean? Like it's a slippery slope.
I feel like Vince is on his way back.
I don't know.
I feel like there's too many stories. He's walking around a lot. I feel like they bring him up. He's showing up in video packages.
Also, just want to say thank everyone. We're 20 years old. Thank you for everybody who's rode with us from day one. I mean, from Floyd, who was the one who kept the show alive, to Manny, who became a participant, to a actual person on the show, to Kane, who was, in the chat room. Everybody, we appreciate all the support. Jimmy for the donations. We really appreciate what you guys have done. It's been a hell of a ride. We hope we can keep it going as long as we can. If not, you know what? When it ends,
you need to stop talking like we're ending it today.
Yeah.
You never know, man. Life is short.
You did the speech last week.
Yeah, but now we're officially 20.
Yeah.
This is the exact same text you send when you annually quit the show.
Yeah, I know how to shut Manny up. Anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed the show. Until next week, stay sharp. I'm Eric.
The racially ambiguous Lord Manny Hayes.
And I am Marcus, the grand finale.
Until next week, stay sharp. We out.